Hello, welcome back to another trek through the dungeon. Today I bring you the continuing adventures of Jub Jub. For those of you new to my channel. For those of you new to my channel, what you should know up front is I play a lot of this game called Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. It is a roguelike, which is a genre unto itself, a survival type of game where careful decision making is rewarded, careful conservation of limited resources that you find as you go through the dungeon is rewarded. Every enemy has, well, not every enemy. Yeah, enemies have properties, strengths, weaknesses, so it pays to be familiar with what you're up against and what you'll face. There are many different ways to play a character and many different skills to train and gain experience through. But perhaps the most important feature of a roguelike, well, many roguelikes at least, when you die, it's permanent. Your save record is deleted, which is why this character has so little time on it for somebody who makes as many videos of the game as I do. And your save record is permanently deleted, and you are forced to start the game over again. I've won this game maybe 20 some odd times total, which is still kind of good, but that's not nearly as good as players who are really good at this game and win consistently. This is not an introductory video, unfortunately, to the game. This is a continuation of a series I'd been doing before. If you're more interested in like learning the basics, how do you play, what's the game like, etc., or you know a little bit about the game and you're trying to figure out how to improve your skills, I can strongly recommend some of my other videos, including starting a blah, like starting a Spriggan Wizard or starting a Mountain Dwarf Berserker. They should be somewhere in my playlists. I organize these videos by playlist. It's the easiest way to find them. Alright, spiel over. Time to get on with the run. Where last we left off, I had ducked down into the lair after having been pretty much closed out of the floor above it by this series of enemies I do not yet have spells that I can deal with because I am very focused on killing things with poison. The floor above it, I had been bullied around by these individual green slimes, which is probably what had caused me to duck down a floor. I don't remember exactly anymore. Unfortunately, I left all my books upstairs for the sake of a rock or two, and now I'm stuck without new spells in the lair. This could end up really badly for me if I'm not very careful, since I can't just retreat upstairs to heal. I have to treat this floor as the main floor. Or if I go upstairs, I have to be prepared to deal with a possible Hell Knight, or Shapeshifter of high enough hit dice to become a Hell Knight. I have reasonable stocks, however. What was I working with spell-wise? Oh, Christ, I'm still working with level 1, 2, 3, but, you know, tier 1 spells out of my starting book. Let's see to it that we are as careful as we can be. I've got my elven blowgun. That's good. I've got several wands I can use for shooting dangerous enemies. Which I should use very liberally, along with using fire baiting on them, where I bait them to walk into my fire. I don't yet have any weapon training, so an axe is as good as any other weapon for me. Let's see what the enchants are. Freeze with polyresist and +5/+5. That is a great weapon. We are dropping the uncursed mace. Our attack speed is very slow with it, so we need to be cautious. It might be worth -3 training. It's not going to be worth training it. Not without cross. If it had cross training for +4 right now, I would consider it. I am going to do this studiously exploring in small circles with a focus on one-tile hallways rather than auto-explore because I am scared. It is perfectly possible for me to turn a corner and suddenly have to face down a Hydra. And so it will pay to be able to force the Hydra to walk through, you know, what I want him to walk through. Sets of fire and such. Okay, blink frogs. Almost as bad. We're going to pull back immediately. Whoa. Why did he slow? Oh, right. It's a freezing axe, so successful hits on cold-blooded creatures are going to slow them down. I want to be totally surrounded by fire, because with blink frogs, there's a good chance they'll walk into it. Yep, like that one. He's dead. I have 12 mana. I need to save some of it for Mephitic Clouding. That one isn't walking, so we'll confuse him. Okay, now that the fire's dying down, I need to get to a 1-thickness hallway ASAP. Enable the mass confusion. I still have 9 mana. Drop a fire. Excellent. Magic Dart should finish him. It did. Massive mana regain. Poke. Back off. Oh, I can't go upstairs. Ah, I nearly just retreated upstairs to regen. We'll just take him on then. Fire to block the way. Oh wow, he is not falling for the bait. Alright, put up a new fire, and then confuse him. One way or the other, this guy's getting frozen and burned. Frozen by my axe and burned by the fire. Should not have auto-explored. Lucky for me, it didn't cost me. But, you know, auto-explore is great, but sometimes you are not powerful enough to afford it, and that's how I feel right now. I don't have a secure beachhead to retreat to, so I'm just very nervous with every step. I still have clarity, which is good. Minus 20% mana, while bad, it's not as bad right now since I'm still using level 1 spells, so I can still cast and recast and re-recast pretty easily. Not that I have to. Okay, there's an enemy. We can poke him and back off. Poke to get his attention. Set up fires for him to walk through. Sure enough, he skipped one of them, but doesn't matter if all of them are up. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm poison resistant. Yeah, you just go ahead and ignore those chunks. I don't need all the food. You might ask why I'm not training traps indoors after my last ogre actually died to a trap. The answer is because my health should protect me from traps. Last time it would have if I had disengaged a bit earlier. So this game, instead of training traps indoors, which is an expenditure of experience that I may not be able to afford, you know, given that I'm already trying to train several negative schools as it is. Like, you know, Conjurations -3, Air Magic -3. Yeah, rather than trying to train an additional -3 school for several levels, I will just try and make sure that my HP total doesn't dip quite so low, which means try not to engage storm dragons after you've gotten done engaging 2 other varieties of dragon. You know, that just seems like a more reasonable approach to me. Crocodile, give him some space, put up a fire. He walked into the fire, kill him. Would almost be worth having a frost weapon the level 1 ice attack just to be able to clear my own fires. Oh, wow, I just walked right into that, didn't I? Back off into a hallway, put up a fire to make sure that I don't have to fight them all at once. Confuse them. Now they'll either walk into the fire on purpose or on accident. Or into each other. I'm not picky. I'm actually poison resist, so these rats are not even half as scary as they could have been. And I'm poison resistant on account of that ring I picked up a while back. You know, back before I was hounded for 2 straight floors and I had to dive to the safety of the lair. But that's the thing about... Oh shit, it's Joseph. Unless he's poison resist, this could end very easily. He's confused. He's not poison resist. Set up a fire in the only other direction he could possibly escape to. Make sure he stays as confused as we can get him. Switch to Elven Blowgun, actually, just to stack some poison onto him. Wield back my defensive axe. Turn on repel missiles. I mean, I don't know if this guy's gonna come too, but it looks like he is. Yep, he came to just long enough to get off a single shot. That's why I kept wielding my poly-resist axe. I'm not gonna lie to you, I already love this axe. It has made me feel so much safer than I felt mere minutes before. Because here's the thing, if I have to go back out against that Hell Knight now, I won't be able to kill him or anything, but I'll at least be able to resist the fire that he throws at me for a little bit longer. And of course, as people have commented, it's probably not a genuine Hell Knight. Unless Marjorie somehow spawns as early as 414, Hell Knights aren't exactly common outside of the tomb. So, or the crypt or whatever. So it would probably just be a shapeshifter. Somehow that doesn't make me feel a lot better though, because if shapeshifters can take on that form, they can probably take on the form of other really scary enemies. Oh, come on. You jackals are qualified for floor 1. This is layer 1. Which I guess is a kind of floor 1. Layer 1 cleared. And that actually puts me at auto-explore power now. I can, if I come across some truly nasty ghoulies in the next floor, but I'm close to a staircase, I can still retreat to the relative safety of the floor above. I also have a blink scroll and a teleport scroll, and mass teleports thanks to my wand, so I am in good shape. Pardon me a second. There we go. Hard to itch scratch. Anyway, yeah, so if I should find myself in a critical situation, I should in theory be able to put myself 7 squares, 5, well, I should be able to put myself a full full vision range away from whatever the problem is, and then teleport to somewhere completely different. I love how they blink when they're confused, because it usually puts them right next to me, and that's exactly where I would want them. They have a minus whatever to hit. I have a plus whatever to my to hit. You know what? Fuck you, frogs. You guys keep moving around like bats. I will just put up random fire. Oh shit! I'm out of mana. Grab the corpse, walk off with it, drop it, butcher it, stop butchering on account of this guy coming. Somehow lose 40-ish health in one turn. I have just enough to confuse him again, which should be enough to take him down, and I'm going to make use of that retreat I told you about. See? I can get away with being a little bit more bold in my tactics on account of having a safe... Oh, pull. Oh, damn it. Pull. Pull. Yay! Got him. And he managed to deal a truly ridiculous amount of damage in practically no time at all. That's kind of impressive. Confuse and butcher. Well, not butcher. Butcher is what comes afterwards. What potions are unidentified, actually? I'm curious. Several of them, just a couple. Several of them, actually. Couple really bad ones, couple really good ones, but nothing permanent, so we can go ahead and try it. Paralysis. Cool. Yeah, at this point, that's pretty safe. Anyway, I should be more than qualified to take... Oh, shit. Black Mamba. For this guy, let's put a... And that's the phone. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that delay. Hopefully the editing will cover it nicely. But, yeah, phone call from mother is something you can't ignore. Okay, Sleeping Black Mamba. Right, so I could walk right up to it and try and pummel it, and I might win. Or I might take a lot of damage. So let's take a step back. Fire. Okay, he dodged the fire. Asshole. Now we have no choice but to just do the bash him trick. And it works, but it would have been nicer to put fire in his way. Poke. Bring the yak horde, please. Bring it closer. I'm pretty sure yaks are stupid enough to walk into a fire. Let's give them one more space to hang themselves. Fire. Fire. Mephitic Cloud, just in case they're not dumb enough to walk into a fire. Fire in front of me in case anybody gets to melee range. Fire to guard the other entrance. Yep, they are in fact dumb enough to walk straight into the fire. Well, that was excellent. I'm beginning to think of this ogre as being even less tanky than a Spriggan, honestly. He's physically tanky, so, you know, raw protection from high HP damage shots and such, but he's not dodgy or armored at all, so... Stay inside fire, dude. And just hack him while he's in his shell, and there he's down. Oh, right, I get MP back on kills. That's nice. That's nice. I can't do the Shirley thing. It's too high-pitched. Yes, I watched Community. Alright, got a porcupine in the corner, pummel it to death, eat it. Oh, I already know you guys are dumb enough to walk into fires. And now all three of you are in your own little fire. How cute. Don't bother burdening yourself. Nice thing about having a strong weapon of some kind is that you can actually take out these physically barred. When there's an item underneath a plant or something, you can just hack at the plant and get it out. Conjure Flame doesn't work against plants, even though it does work against trees, something I have in multiple occasions in the past said I didn't think was true, and then it turned out was. Whoops. Just ignore it. Don't like rotten flesh. Yes, you can eat it. Doesn't mean you should. Okay, that's a takedown. Put a fire to block the way for the moccasin. And then promptly... Yeah, fire to block the way was just an instinct. It wasn't actually the correct move. Because I was just going to pummel it anyway. I don't think fire will stymie this guy, so confuse, and then takedown. I mean, I do think it will stymie him. I think he won't walk into it, and then I'll be back where I started. Okay. Hydra, cause for concern-ish. Put a... Do I want to... If I fight it here, I have 3 squares of approach to work with. If I back away to here, I will probably end up with the same. So let's just start fighting it here. 1, 2, 3. Paralysis is an option. No. Slowing is an option. No. I'm using an edged weapon, which is not a fire weapon. Hitting a Hydra with this is a bad idea. I can blink. That's a good idea. At this point, it will almost certainly take me out of his range. And it did. We'll continue to put fires in his way. And poke him with a dart for the kill. Okay, that was good. That was necessary. That was scary as fuck. I said it before and I'll say it again. When you enter the lair, you need to have an answer to Hydras, spiny frogs, black mambas, and basic drakes. And Death Yaks eventually. Like past L4, you need an answer to Death Yaks. It's not that you are going to face all of these at once or anything, but you need to have an answer in your repertoire. It doesn't have to be a renewable answer. It could be, I have a few of these wands that I can use to beat it up. I can use a blink scroll once to get away from my first Hydra, and then I can come back to the lair later. But if you are going to stay in the lair and you don't have an answer ready to go for one of those, you're going to have a problem eventually. You're going to have a problem. Test out my new wand. Random effects. This time it was a confuse, so let's go pummel this porcupine. It's a good thing porcupines don't get reaction damage. They really should. Every time you dodge, the porcupine dodges, you should take a set amount of damage. Next floor. Ooh! Cloak of the Flash. It's a levitation and evasion. I don't need 3 tiers of ice resist, so total win. Yeah, switching. I don't need 3 tiers of ice resist because I already have 1. Wait. Oh, it's a cloak? Oh, hell yes. Okay. Way to finally get a little bit lucky. Lucky in my crawl run. Obviously, I've been getting lucky all week. Yeah, I actually just managed to reschedule my exam for a date I wanted. A step 2 exam for a date that I wanted, so that's kind of awesome too. Do I have untested rings and I have removed curse scrolls? Let's test these rings out. +4 strength. Ring of Wizardry. Oh wait, Ring of Wizardry. Wizard. I want to see how well I know Poisonous Cloud. I can do Poisonous Cloud. 26% fail on Poisonous Cloud. 38% fail on Freeze Cloud. I actually kind of want to take the risk of getting those up. So, Poison Cloud. Or Poisonous. Get me there. Why is there a Hell Knight here? See, if you put an exclamation mark in the level annotation, it will stop you from entering there, and kind of like putting your own "this door is marked in warning" section up. I am gonna risk it, but I am gonna be careful. I have invisibility. I should be just fine. I just need to be cognizant of the fact that this is not a secured floor. It's kind of the opposite, actually. Okay, we're out. Poisonous. Actually, Poisonous Cloud is probably going to help to deal with that same Death Knight, if it is in fact Death Knight. Okay, I can't get both the Cloud spells and Fireball all at once because I don't have the spell levels. So let's lower fighting to a lower tier since it's already at 18 skill. Pick up Clouds and Wizardry. I don't actually need Minor Magic at this point. Any spells I have I don't want or need. Call Imp I can get rid of, but honestly it's already been useful once or twice and I don't see the reason to get rid of it just yet. Freezing Cloud will give me a way to deal with enemies that I can't kill with poison. I like it more than Fireball, so... Oh, it will also give me an answer to Hydras, so that's the one I'm choosing. Also, I can train Ice as well to increase its castability even faster. And we're going to turn off fighting for the moment. I don't want to do that. I'm suffering from the delusion that if I leave a skill on, it gets trained. That is not true. If I leave a skill on, and every skill on, they all get trained so slowly as to be meaningless. Let's get rid of fighting. Let's force Ice Magic, because that's what really needs to go up ASAP, and let's return to the lair. Yes, you may enter that floor. Down. As of now, I can't act as the... Oh! That helps like 4%. That's not worth losing poison resistance for. How am I doing for spell hunger, actually? Yeah, Freezing Cloud will make me starve if I spam it. I've got to be careful. Should probably continue training spellcasting for spell levels, just so I can get more of these spells I want online now. But again, multi-training is a bad idea. We're going to focus on what we need. There's a reason I'm not training axes, despite the fact that I'm using an axe. Oh my god, another ring? I wonder what this one is. This one looks artifacty. Definitely want fire, because the jumping spider can suddenly appear next to me. Or just walks into a fire and hangs out there. That was awful kind of you, making my job that much easier. So, clearly there is a spider pit, or spider den nearby. An entrance to the spider den nearby. That would explain all these spiders. I'm just gonna continue using this this beachhead of mine for protection. And why did I get poisoned? Poison resistance, ever since I think version 0.10 or so, is only 90% effective. So, yeah. Ooh. What is this? I don't know. All I know is it says you feel nimbler, which makes me think that there's a dexterity bonus or an evasion bonus in it. Maybe. But I'll be damned if I know anything more about it. No, it doesn't say it twice, so I don't know what it is. Alright, well, when I get an ID scroll, I will try it out again, and if it turns out to be useful, I'll wear it. Remember, I don't like wearing un-ID'd jewelry, since inevitably it turns out to be the one thing you didn't want it to be. Stasis when you're trying to berserk, oh crap, drop food, quickly. Stasis when you're trying to berserk, clarity when you're trying to do something that would affect your mind state. Stasis when you're trying to teleport, clarity when you're trying to berserk. Why is this so hard for me to say? Oh my god, are you seriously not getting confused? You're standing inside Mephitic Cloud. Jerk. You're the wrong target. You're the target. Okay, that's all of them. My rules were reasonable. Not really that good, but certainly reasonable. Where's my imp? You know, I'm feeling peckish, so I'm just gonna do this. Yeah. Mini animate dead. I just felt like doing that. Technically, I should be doing that all the time. I just feel like a bit of a cheat when I do that, because I know full well that got patched out of the game. And since I'm not doing a special challenge, where I would feel obligated to use every tool at my disposal, I would rather kind of sort of maybe keep this similar enough to the new version. That's why I haven't been spamming that. I'm going to drop these 3 ones. Enslavement, Polymorph Other, and Random Effects tend to be very situational, to the point that I don't ever like using them. Because you keep casting it, hoping it goes off, it never goes off, and then finally goes off, and you get an even worse enemy or something ridiculous like that. I'm not enough of a summoner to make good of that. You know, Conjuration is probably the wrong way to go for an Ogre Mage. You already can do very well with throwing alone for projectile damage. And the options open to you with magic. Yeah, the number of schools you need to train to keep that viable. Stop fighting my goddamn targets. The number of options open to you when you're using that magic are limited because you need to train so many schools. Versus if I was a summoner, summoning is my primary school, and suddenly I'm very powerful support magic. Also very brutal melee magic and such. It's a thought, I don't know. I mean, I guess I would suffer from not being able to focus int as strong. Come on, enter the fire. Give yourself to me for eternity. Release your life to begin another time with her. Alright. Some enemies don't have much intelligence. It's actually a statistic in Crawl. That's why they walk into fires when they can't handle it. Others have enough health that they're like, I can handle a fire for a turn, and they don't read ahead to say, oh, but not for 4 turns in a row. Damn it. Knowing which enemies are which, honestly, I have it down to instinct at this point for many enemies, and that's why I tend to be as swift as I am about it, about making those calls. But there's 2 other factors. Firstly, if I put up a fire blocking the only route to reach me by, and the enemy is dumb enough to walk into it, there's a good chance he's going to die to the fire very quickly. If I put up a fire blocking the only route to me, and the enemy doesn't enter it, that means he isn't attacking me for several turns. Turns I can use to poke him from range. Okay, I do have 1 tier of fire resistance, so I can potentially try that volcano, assuming it's a volcano, on those red tiles. But that's also assuming I get there, and that's no guarantee at this point, quite frankly. Alright, you know what? I don't want you to come back for that either. In fact, just drop all the chunks you've got. And drop the short sword of venom that I clearly no longer want, the wand of flame or the slowing, which I don't use. The rings I don't, well, the ring I don't want. I will keep the intelligence ring, and the books that I can refer to later. ID on the artifact ring, please. R poise with 3 evade. It's literally just a straight bonus off of my poison ring. I'll take it. Ring of magical power. Just raises my MP to what? 29? Yeah, plus 7 is not enough. Unfortunately, that's in part because of how mutated I am right now. Minus 20%. I have 2 tiers of the lose MP mutation, which sucks. But this evade actually makes me feel a lot better. My tankiness is based 100% on my health right now, and that evens out a little bit by giving me at least some evasion beyond just the baseline. Of course, an evasive ogre is kind of an ox and a moron at once. We're definitely going to go Freezing Cloud on this guy, just because I don't want to get hit by Fire Breath. And that, oh wait, I have Freezing Cloud. I should totally enter the volcano. Like, barring golems or something, I should be fine, right? Right, I don't know what this is, and I don't dare wear un-ID'd stuff. Dark Tunnel. Well, first things first, drop all scrolls, and then we'll enter. Actually, you know what? On the off chance that I end up bringing an elemental out with me, drop all scrolls, and then enter. Scrolls dropping is so that I don't get them all burned up. Normally it's a tough call on account of what if I find a teleport, what if I need a teleport scroll or a blink scroll, but I am capable of both innate teleport and innate blink. Also, I'm using a freezing weapon with 1 tier of fire resist. I am literally using the weapon I would want to have here, so yeah. Before my food runs out, I should probably make myself hungry so I can eat it. Nah, that's backwards logic. Okay. I also have the Wands of Teleport, so that I can... I said innate teleport, I meant Wands of Teleport, so I can blink without my... tele without my scrolls. Okay. Finish exploring the outskirts. Killed many of the enemies in the pool. This is actually not one of the harder... Yes! Got to eat it. This is not one of the harder volcanoes openings, at least, that I've played before. I think there's going to be a series of statues guarding the way here. No? Okay. I'm getting nervous now. It's like, you know, if this game had music, there would be music getting more and more intense every step of the way as you approach. Okay. There's the statues. Burns you. So fire whips. I take a lot of damage from them too. I wonder if they're immune to cold or something. Very resistant. But that doesn't mean immune. I could... Can it see invisible? No? Okay, well that's my answer. If it can't see me, it can't hurt me nearly as badly or as easily. So, go invisible. That's the beauty of these. They're stationary. I have all the time in the world to plan correctly. Jesus Christ, they're still kicking my ass. And that's... Okay, so clearly I'm not going to be able to beat these guys straight up. What other options do I have? I don't have a... Ooh, that's an Amulet of Rage. What if I try to go berserk and then take them out? Now, bear with me, because this could be dangerous. I need to be very sure that I'm covered for when I come out. I don't have Water Disintegrate by any chance, because that would just be awesome. No, okay. Let's try using Berserk Rage. Step into the range. Boom, 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 boom. One. Boom, 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 boom. Ah, near death. Get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. We can totally eat, that's not the problem. In fact, checking the dungeon for food reveals that there's at least one food store available, so. This guy's got no health left. Ah, my god, it's another Lasher, but this time it's only one-on-one, not two-on-one. So what is he got? What's this guy really gonna do to me? Beat the ever-living tar out of me. That's what he's gonna do. Shit. Take this one on in the same manner, but we'll wait until I have full HP. I can't deal 56 damage in one turn. Close the door. Heal up. This is definitely taxing my Vehement piety as well. The number of turns I'm waiting, but it's not like I'm waiting on that many gifts or anything right now. What am I talking about? Of course I'm waiting on gifts. If I could get Orb of Destruction, it would have been so... Well, melee range orbs of destruction aren't that great, I guess. Okay, 50 health makes me scared, so let's back off, heal up. 97 health makes me less scared. Just a couple good rolls away. 56 health makes me scared, but not terrified. 40 health makes me terrified. Running. God help me if something else comes in while I'm doing this. Got him. You know, I could just walk past these guys. I don't know why I'm insisting on killing them all. First rule of Crawl, you do not have to kill everything. Let's wait on the... There we go. Try and use my talents for a second. Engulf the whole area in freezing vapors. He's barely actually even been affected, honestly. Oh, Christ. Significantly more painful. Yeah, I think that Berserk was the right way to go. It's a little bit more expensive on my food, but it's just the most efficient way to kill these guys. Berserk Rage. Kill. Kill, kill. Get out of the way. Another ration. Cover. God help me, I'm going through my permafood really fast. I hope I don't get tested on that soon. There's a Minotaur's Labyrinth on the next floor before I get any more food. I actually might be scared of hunger. Okay, what we've got here is a Djinn, a Red Devil, and a Imp, a direct upgrade to my hat, almost certainly, and that's it. We're going to make liberal use of my Cold Wand against the Djinn, who is doubtlessly not resistant to cold. And also now that we have a little bit more of a clear shot, freeze the area. Yes, I recognize I hit myself, does not matter, because I think we got them all. I will hang on to a Scimitar of Flaming to use against pesky Hydras. Though God help me if I actually need to use it, because that would imply they got to melee range. Scimitar of Flaming is, I'm sure, going to be the same as this one. Yeah, they're both flaming. Don't know which is better, don't really care. I'm going to take them all out with me anyway. It's all academic. Halberds actually, I'm pretty sure, are cutting weapons. And they can be used from range. But they're also incredibly unwieldy compared to scimitars, and I'm untrained, so forget it. That loot was actually... Oh wait, that's an exit. Excellent. That loot was actually probably kind of worth it. Seeing as to how all it cost me was a bunch of food and persistence. And the hat of fire resistance means I have 2 tiers of fire resistance now with my scimitar wielded. And full cold resistance as well. Reacquire my scroll so I'm no longer pitifully weak. And did I pick up anything else I'd meant to drop when I left? No? Excellent. Food. I should seriously consider making a food run. Oh, I still have a ration. And there, I picked up another ration. My food concerns are done. If anything, I'll be thanking them for reducing my weight issues. Knowing when to, you know, it's permafood. I'm a hoarder by nature. Or pack rat. I suffer from pack ratism, as I like to say. So being forced to get rid of my shit actually isn't always a bad thing for me. I mean, it's a bad thing in terms of I always wear conservation items when I can. Don't get me wrong. It's just objectively, it's not like it's costing me a lot. Okay, I really should stop this vid right now, but I can't seem to help myself. We'll just finish this floor and then be done. One more turn. But Ogre Mage is doing so well. It's kind of awesome. I don't feel like dealing with your bitchiness right now. I mean, I'm carrying so many chunks, there's no reason not to spam my hunger spells. Except, of course, if I'm worried about their castability. Speaking of which, 16%. How's my training going? Excellent. We're gonna drop ice magic off any minute now. Oh, new scroll. Wonder what it is. Silence. Shit. Should not have auto-traveled while silenced. That's a classic blunder. Let's give him some room. And ice, fire, and poke him with darts. And that's a takedown. It's an elaborate fucking takedown, but a takedown nonetheless. Alright, at this point, I'm pretty much not even bothering to use my blowgun. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I screwed up. I spent 2 turns when I should have just spent 1. See if I can use this rat to buy myself some room by paralyzing it. Thank God. Yeah, I didn't notice the Hydra for 1 turn. Too many. Mass ice. Ends him. It's not like it was game over. Even if I was adjacent to him, there was a very good chance I could blink, and get away. And I can almost certainly survive for 1 or 2 turns in melee with a Hydra. But very good chance and almost certainly are not words you like to use when you have 2 hours worth of gameplay progress and your best ogre mage yet riding on it. Alright, new gift. I wonder what it is. So much for I'm losing all this experience here, eh? Book of Conj. Unfortunately, all it has is spells I already have or use, except for the Bolt of Cold. But quite frankly, I prefer using the Cloud. It's virtually guaranteed to hit. Okay, it's not guaranteed to hit per se, but it puts up an aura. It puts up a AoE effect that persists. So even if it misses on a turn, then it'll continue to try to hit. Actually, no. No. It just deals straight damage. So yeah, so it does guarantee to hit. What it doesn't do is deal as much damage as a bolt can deal, but then bolts can also deal a shit ton less depending on how they roll. So it's nice to I like the guaranteed to hit. I don't remember my D&D math from back in the day, but I'm pretty sure if you can guarantee a hit, it's worth about double whatever the damage on average would be, since you're supposed to miss about half the time. Okay, floor clear. And that's about where I'm going to stop for now. So thank you all for watching. So far, Jub Jub the Warrior is doing fantastic. I find it hilarious he's called a warrior even though he's clearly a mage. I guess it's because fighting is higher than spellcasting with this guy. But spell hunger isn't as big a deal. That's the plain and simple truth. Freezing Cloud is coming online quite nicely. Floor 5 is cleared. I'm becoming more powerful. I feel like if I fought a Hell Knight, I could, with good positioning, I could win the fight with two Ice Clouds and a Mephitic. So, yeah, definitely coming along nicely. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time.